What's going on, my hungry family, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. My name is Eric, and today we're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Vikings. I do have the little logo on right here. This was a gift from my company here in Chanhassen. Well, not my company, but people I work for. They're headquartered here, Chanhassen. Also home of Prince. His house is like right over there. No matter. We're here to talk about the 2019 Mercedes-Benz C300 Coupe in jet black, and this is the 4MATIC. That's just language for all-wheel drive in Mercedes language. Now this thing is full of features and surprises and technology and all the amenities anybody could really want. And I'm gonna tell you why I almost bought one of these over my 2015 Ford Taurus show. The first thing I want to talk about is this car's stunning beauty. Look how elegant and flowing and smooth the lines are. Starting up here at the hood, over the glass, going over the roof and into the trunk lid. It almost looks like it's just one curve that goes right into the trunk lid. A lot of cars have that little swoop, like this little swoop right here, like this. This one kind of like continues right into the deck lid. You have a nice little sporty spoiler back here. Very subtle use of chrome. It is a little bit much around the window frames here, but it works. It works very well. Now we are riding here on the 17-inch wheels. You can get options up to bigger 18 or 19s or whatever when you first spec the car out, or if you're looking online or whatever. But I think these fit the car very well. Very dark aluminum, not jet black to make the car look murdered out or anything like that, or chrome. That'd be even a worse decision. But it's just so beautiful, so elegant. It reminds me of a baby S-Class. Now I'm gonna put a few pictures up here of the Mercedes S550 Coupe, and it looks very, very similar. It's kind of how the Audi A7 and the Audi A5 of today's year look very similar. Now, Mercedes killed it with this design. So here we are up front discussing more of the Mercedes C-Class Coupe beauty. Look at how elegant and beautiful it is. The big 3-point Mercedes star sitting right up front. Right behind that is going to be your adaptive cruise control module or radar, whatever. This car doesn't actually have the adaptive cruise control, but you can option it for sure, one of the upper trim level packages. So we do have a lot of grille here, and down here, all intake for this tiny 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. Makes about 253 horsepower. But there are two other engines you can get. Now with the other trims, that'd be the C43 and the C53. That is a 3-liter twin turbo V6. Now I'm not sure the horsepower numbers on those guys, but then there's the big daddy, which is the C63, and that's a 4-liter twin turbo V8. That makes about 500 something horsepower. Now with a good tune, you can probably get a lot more out of it. Moving on, we're talking about this car right here. So notice the grille slats here, like flat. I don't understand why they do that, because I feel like that's gonna impede drag. We want less drag. We want air to flow through the grille, not be stopped by the little flat pieces there, but no matter. But on the sides, we do have fake grills, and check out these LED headlights here. So as you can see, they're lit up right now. I'm gonna press the unlock button on the key, and you can see the turn signal actually lights up exactly where the running light is. Very, very cool. Complete LED headlight. It's just absolutely gorgeous up front. All right, let's talk about the back end now. It's just as beautiful as the front, if not more. Look at this beautiful design of the tail light. There's like 4 strips of LEDs that kind of like wrap around from the side and go into the trunk lid here. Let's hit the unlock button here so you can see the turn signal. You're gonna see on the other side over there. You can't put brake lights or turn signals on a moving part of the trunk. That's why it's way over here to the side. But nice, beautiful logo right here. C300, 4MATIC, indicating the all-wheel drive system here. Beautiful star right in the middle. And these little ugly things right here are only for the American market. You can take these off. I'm sure there's some way to do it. I know I've seen these cars without the bumper guards or whatever before. I would have removed these a long time ago. But beautiful little chrome accents down here at the bottom. The exhaust is hidden right in here. This looks so elegant, so clean. And again, hinting back to the S550 Coupe, it looks almost identical to what the S550 looks like, just in a smaller package and for a lot less money. All right, and while we're back here, let's go over a few more things. So we have a few more surprises back here. So, oh my God, look how beautiful that back end is. Anyway, we have the key right here. Let's go ahead and open the trunk, hold the button down. Trunk is fully electric. Decent amount of space in here. Actually pretty good for a car this size. I do believe this is considered a mid-size car. And we have 2 more buttons up here. So you can close the trunk by pressing the lock button right here. The car will lock itself after it closes the trunk, or you can just press the regular trunk close button right here. Let's go ahead and lock it. So look, no beeping, no nothing. trunk closes and the doors did fold in. As you can see, that indicates the car is locked. While you're watching a video of the back side of the car, you're probably wondering, where's the reverse camera? So this little trick here, the camera pops out of the star. So you put your foot on the brake, and you can see the little star opens up, revealing its camera. Now the backup camera quality isn't the best, but it gets the job done. It is interactive, so it does tell you where the lines go and stuff. But it does what it does. It does what it's supposed to do. It's okay. But I think that's the coolest little feature here. Let's put it back in park, and the camera should pop away. So this is the key to the Mercedes C300. Getting inside pretty easy. Just keep the key in your pocket here. You have nice, beautiful chrome door handles here. Just grab the door handle, and you'll see the car will unlock. Mirrors will unfold for you. And to lock the car, there's a little square. Can you kind of see it right there? This little square right there. You press that, and the car will lock itself, and the mirrors will fold in. All right, so I'm inside the car right now, but before we go over the interior, I want to show you something really cool. Whenever the car notices someone sitting in the seat, little sensor or whatever on the driver's seat, it will deliver the seat belt to you. Let's shut the door. Look at the seat belt. It just got delivered to me. That is such a cool little feature. So now it'll stay like that until you buckle up. Let's click in here. And then it retracts itself. That is just the coolest thing. Remember the little Ford Tempos or Escorts, whatever? It had like the thing that went across the top like this. Now that was revolutionary back. It was like 95, 94. Now we got cars that hand you the seatbelt. What a time to be alive. All right, so let's sort of breeze through the interior here real quick. There's a lot to cover here, but first and foremost, it is absolutely gorgeous. Mercedes did a very good job of having dark woods, dark leathers, the silver trim, and all the different like aluminum brush finishes all throughout the car. Now starting on our left over here, we have a very beautiful door handle or door panel. Now most cars, you will have your seat sort of motors or controls down here on the left side of the seat. But in Mercedes world, they're on the door, if you can see up to the left side of your screen there. So you can control the headrest, you know, the lumbar support. You can extend the thigh support, move the seat back and forth, whatever. You can play with it on your own time when you get your bins. But in front of that, we do have the heat control, so seat heaters. Now there is a blank in front of that one, and I'm going to assume it's for the air conditioned seats, which this car does not have. In front of that, we have the featured Burmester upgraded audio sound system. It sounds fantastic. Lots of good bass, a lot of good highs, a lot of good mids. Not as good as the Jeep Grand Cherokee I reviewed last week, but still a very good sound system. And plus, it looks absolutely stunning. All right, let's go first person here. Much easier to do this and talk about when I have you guys in my hand. So again, beautiful door panel. We do have your trunk release button right there. You're gonna hold that and the trunk will pop up. We do have your light controls down here. Parking brake is down here. Let's check out this beautiful steering wheel. So now you'll see these little two pads. There's one here on the left and one here on the right. This pad here will control everything on the dashboard. So as you can see, I'm clicking stuff and stuff's happening. I can press the home button here and we can slide our finger like this and go through the different menu screens or whatever you want to do here. Now let's focus on the right one. The right one has to do with your infotainment screen. Now let's slide to the right here. As you can see, it's controlling that. Very, very cool idea, Mercedes, to be able to put it right here on the wheel. You can also use this sort of rounded control here. If I can zoom back far enough, you can see it, to control the MBUX multimedia system here. But let's take a little more of a look here. We do have nice three little beautiful vents here. Audio climate control is right down here on the dash, I guess you want to call it there. Access your menu right here. Climate control overview. You can see how air is flowing and all that stuff. We have navigation, radio, nice little analog clock. I don't know why no one's ever going to see that clock because the time is right up there and right up there. Nice little storage cubby right here. Again, look at that beautiful wood, nice light wood trim here. We do have room for sunglasses and whatever. There's no USB ports in here. They're gonna be back inside this thing. So we're gonna click the little button and it opens up like a little clamshell, I guess. And inside we do have two USB ports and an SD card holder. Nothing crazy. And let's focus our attention right here. We do have our auto stop start. We can turn that off because we don't like that. This will control your I'm not sure. I have not figured that out yet. But we can turn our audio off right here. Volume control, home button. Pretty standard and nice looking interior. Let's check out the glove box. See if anything's in here. Okay, very interesting. So it's very deep glove box. You gotta get all the way up in there, but it sits flat. It's not like a diagonal where you gotta like close it from up here. Just kind of clamshells right in there. Very nice, beautiful interior here. Oh, let's not forget a panoramic sunroof. While I have your attention, this SOS button and this light trip me up all the time. So this is your sunglass holder, no problem. But this is your SOS button. You gotta flip that down and then press the red button to call SOS. But your reading lights are right behind it. Why would you put the reading light so close to the SOS button? So if I'm not paying attention and I start mashing the SOS button, not getting my lights on, then that could be a problem. So I wonder if Mercedes has fixed that in the future. But while we're still here, we can focus on the panoramic sunroof. Let's go ahead and slide that back. All right, beautiful little sunroof. Let's take a look outside to see how it looks with the roof fully open. Very nice, get a lot of good air in there. Plus it looks really cool. Kind of accents the shape, you know, of the car with the sunroof wide open like that. I would like to put some respect on this Mercedes back seat. Let me tell you why. I'm a big guy, 5'9", 265 pounds, but I've been driving around here with 3 other people in the car. So this is how you pull the seat up. So you kind of just click this little metal handle here and the seat goes forward by itself. Now I'm gonna run around and do the other side so you can actually see me in the back seat. Now, as you can see, I have this passenger seat pulled as far back as possible because that's what I do. That's how I ride. That's how my passengers ride. Only one of us in here. So let's move this seat up here. Seat's gonna go up by itself. Let's try to get in now. So once the seat moves all the way forward, let's get in right now. I'm gonna step in. We do have nice bucket seats in the back. And I'm gonna move the seat back. So here's gonna happen. I pull the seat back and the seat's gonna hit my knees, stop, and move forward. Now it's gonna give the person in the front ample room. They still have so much room in the front. I'm actually very impressed by the amount of room that Mercedes was able to fit back here. I still have headroom. I mean, I can't really lean my head back. There's no point for these headrests back here. I gotta like slouch and stuff in order to hit it. But really good job back here. There's not much back here. I do have, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, it turns. This is my ventilation control back here. I can turn it on, turn it off. I do have 2 more Burmester speakers back here on each side. I'm sure the subwoofers back there in the window sill. But nice job, Mercedes. Let's go ahead and get out now. Seat slides forward, and I can get out. And if you're anything like me and you forgot to roll your windows up, go ahead and lock the car and hold the lock button down. Windows will roll up. You see I'm holding it down. And it does work in the opposite direction. Go ahead and hold the unlock button down. Car will unlock. Windows will roll down for you. Let some of that hot air out. And it will crack the sunroof for you. Check that out. All right, y'all. We are inside the 2019 Mercedes-Benz C300 Coupe. Let's go ahead and get started here. Got to put the foot on the brake and pull down on this sort of lever here. Puts the car in drive and give it some gas. We can pull off now. But I'll give you some first impressions of this car. It has that thick steering wheel that I like. It exudes luxury. It makes me feel like I'm holding on to something nice. Again, like I mentioned before, a nice watch, a nice good pair of shoes. You can just kind of tell the quality is there. Now, if I look around the interior, as I've already gone through, I love it. It's a tad bit busy, but I'm okay. I'm willing to deal with it because again, I see quality. I see nice aluminum or steel or whatever this material is here, kind of all over the place. Now, I do have a highway pull that I can get ready to do for you now. All right, go ahead and make this right-hand turn here. And what are we doing? 2019, punch it. 60, 70. Now that was a comfort mode pull. I'm gonna try to go the other direction and do it in sport mode. Now the car handles very well. It's a very comfortable car, very easy driving car. It is, again, It's sort of like a cruiser, maybe not a cruiser. I think a GT would be a bigger, GT Grand Touring car would be a bigger car. So maybe the E350 or even the E43, 53, 63 variants, those would be more of a GT car. This one here, I've been driving it for like 2 weeks and I absolutely love it. It's very comfortable, it's easy to steer, easy to drive. It doesn't make much noise. It does make the power when I need it to, and that's okay. As you can tell there, like it is a 2-liter single turbo car. So once that turbo spools up, then you get all the power. So when we go back the other direction, I can kind of tell you, RPM wise, when the power kind of kicks in, because it's an all-wheel drive car. So that means you do get some torque off the line. It's good for coming off a stoplight or whatever, but then as you're already rolling, the turbo is spooling and gives more power, and you get even more of a boost. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But quality, very nice in here. Turn signals feel nice and stiff, nice and strong. If you look over my left shoulder right about now, that is Prince's house. That's Paisley Park right there. So if you guys are ever in Chanhassen, Minnesota, come check out Paisley Park. Bay and I did it a few years ago. Wonderful experience. RIP to Prince. His 6-year death anniversary was like, I think 2 days ago, and that place was absolutely packed at like 11 p.m. at night, because you guys know Prince used to throw these wild parties. But anyway, moving on. So now I'm riding through sort of a suburb here. A lot of bumps going on. I'm still in comfort mode. Pretty okay. Not the softest of all the cars, but it's manageable. It's not like a race car and the whole time you're doing this. Here's one here. Not bad. Interior is pretty quiet. There is some tire noise. I can't really hear much wind noise, but not bad. This car is very well put together. There's no creaks, there's no rattles. I like it. Now here's some of my gripes. This screen, they just plastered the screen on the dash. It's not integrated in or anything like that. I just don't understand the automakers doing this. Again, this is the 2019 car, so it's a different time. It's 4 years ago, whatever. But I believe the newer Mercedes-Benz do have better screen integration into the dashboard. All right, let's put the car into dynamic mode now. There's going to be a little switch here, a lever. I feel the car whatever it just did. Not sure what that did, but now we're in sport mode, and we can go to Sport Plus. Then there's individual mode. So this is kind of like the more hardcore mode. So let's go ahead and get back out here on the road. I pulled over to adjust some things here. Immediately, the car does feel more responsive. It feels more alive. It does feel stiffer. Does it feel louder a little bit? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But it definitely feels more planted. And this is the way I've been driving most of the time with the car, and I really like it. So let's go ahead and spin a UE. We got a nice piece of flat ground over here, and we're gonna test out this I don't know, 20 to 60 whatever, but I don't want to stop in the middle of the road. All right, so we do have a car approaching right now, and I'm gonna wait to do this U-turn. All right, making the U-turn. I see no cars coming. We are doing 10, 15, punch it. Oh wow, definitely more responsive, quicker shifts, definitely louder too. Okay, has an unnameable speed. Very nice though. See, so the car wakes itself up in sport mode. These are for people who really want to drive the car. Comfort mode, you're kind of chilling, whatever. Test these brakes out. Not bad. Hit this corner real quick. Pretty planted. Okay, this thing is awake now. Must have had his coffee or something. But this is the way it needs to be driven. Now this is the only 252 horsepower variant. Single turbo, 4-cylinder, as I mentioned before. I would love the experience the 43 or the 53 or even the 63 with those bigger, more powerful engines. But this is the way the car needs to be driven. Now, it doesn't feel any more rough than in comfort mode. Because when you go to the dynamic modes here, it tells you what is being adjusted. So sport, so the transmission, the engine and transmission, stability control, and the steering. So now it dropped down to sport. I'm gonna put it back in Sport Plus. I use my research on Sport Plus. So steering is still in sport, but the engine and the stability control go into Sport Plus.
So let's, I mean, it just feels so much more planted. It doesn't like wobble and all that stuff all over the place. It's a very good driving car. I like it a lot. Like I said, I almost bought one of these, but again, the price it was just too high for me. It was out of the budget I was looking for, because my car got smacked out. It was totaled. I needed something. Are those Teslas over there? I don't know. I needed something right away, so I didn't have time to get funds and all this stuff. I didn't feel like taking out a loan for 35 grand. I could have gotten a Quattroporte or Gran Turismo for that kind of money, you know, but I didn't want the kind of payments. I wanted something a little cheaper, something more manageable, and, you know, all-wheel drive, and it has all the things. So there's Prince's house right there. We're going up the road. All right, we have make a little left turn here. Oh, I missed the light, so stay tuned. One more pull for the Hungry Road. All right, let's see if we can do a slow. We're gonna do one more pull. We're doing 15. Mash it. 6,000 RPM red line. 60, 70. That thing gets up there, it pulls, man. It wants to go. Now I wonder if some of that sound is piped into the car. Am I hearing a fake sound? A lot of cars have been doing it. I know BMW was good for it, and I've heard that Mercedes does a very similar thing. But it sounds much better. What do it sound like for the outside? I should get a mic to put on the outside of the car. But a 4-cylinder is not going to sound like anything. It's going to sound like a bunch of air in a vacuum cleaner. So we're not going to worry about that. But yes, I really, really like the C300. Again, those bigger engines, I'm sure they have much more power to offer, much more features to offer. But this is going to conclude the driving portion. I do like this car a lot. I also do like that on the steering wheel, there's a lot of buttons here to use. I mean, there's so much information this car can give you for whatever reason. Who cares about consumption in gallons per hour? I guess maybe. I don't know. I got a terrible eco bonus going here. Got me mashing it. But yes, just using this sort of pad here, you know, just adjusting the different screens, and you can do the same thing for the home screen over here as I've gone over earlier. It just kind of keeps you kind of focused on the road and not having to play around over here and stuff, but you can do it right from the steering wheel. Very, very smart idea. Now, if only we can get climate control to be on the wheel as well, or can you? I mean, I guess if you press the home button here on the wheel and we slide over to climate control, I don't even see climate. There's no climate control on here, huh? Nope, there isn't. So I see radio, navigation, phone, other stuff. But no, so yeah, so we can get climate control on the wheel. I think we'd be good to go. I might never have to touch the screen ever. One last gripe as I park the car up. So I have the car now on Sport Plus or whatever, and I have the auto stop start turned off. But when you turn the car back on, it goes back to its comfort setting with the auto stop start on. Like, I wanted it off. Why don't you just remember that I wanted it off? I don't know, just one of those things. Like, you can kind of deal with it, because when I start the car now, it's foot on the brake, hit the power button, then I press the auto stop start off button, then I move the display over, or the dynamic controls, whatever, into Sport Plus, then I press like the parking brake. Like, I do a whole like launching a plane or whatever, a whole little sequence. But that's just me.
So here are my final thoughts on the 2019 Mercedes C300 Coupe. I'm not upset I didn't buy one. I'm upset I couldn't afford to buy the one I really wanted, and that would be the C63. Those are still 40, 50 grand right as they sit. This one here, when it first came out, about 45,000 and up, base price, like no options, nothing. 45 grand. Now you start adding panoramic sunroofs and wheels and massaging seats or whatever else, the price all it's gonna do is go up, and probably double, triple. My Ford Taurus Show, fully loaded, when it came out, 45 grand. I bought it for 18. As these sit right now with these wild ass car market, they're like $33,000, $35,000 still. Now, take your pick. It's really up to you. But I don't see the value in it just yet. Maybe at 28, 29, I could totally see the value. This one's got like 30-something thousand miles on it. It would make sense because I absolutely love this car. It needs a smidge more power, so maybe the C43 or C53 could be more of my fit within a better price range. But again, in this car market, them probably 40 grand too. So I'm not mad at what I bought, but maybe someday if I can get a C63 on the channel, that would be absolutely beautiful because they sound incredible and I bet they drive amazing. I'd love to get my hands on one. But thank you guys for checking out this review of the 2019 Mercedes C300 Coupe. It was a good one. I've had this car for about 2 weeks. Love driving it around here. Wish the weather was a little better. I put a sunroof back, but no matter. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and let me know what sort of dream cars did you miss out on? Not dream cars, but what kind of cars did you look at but then passed up and then wanted to go back and buy later? Any regrets? Let's go with buyer's regret or seller's regret or regret it all. Take care.